Hello everybody, good evening, how are you? Welcome to Madrasa Net. Today's lesson will be about modal verbs. Modal verbs. Let's see together what are these modal verbs. So, what are the modal verbs? Modal verbs are a special class of verbs that express ability, possibility, permission, or obligation. It means that we have different modal verbs that use to express either ability, possibility, permission, or obligation. Of course, to another verb. The common modal verbs in English are, it means here, what are the most important modal verbs in English? Can, may, must, shall, and will. These verbs are very common in English, are very important in English. So after this brief explanation of modal verbs, let's see together how do we forming modal verbs. Of course, in three tenses, with the three tenses: simple present, simple past, or future tense. Let's see together the first one. Ability. We have the modal that express ability. We have modal express ability. What is the modal that express ability? Is ability in the present. Let's see the first point in the present. How do we express ability in the present? And what is the modal verb that express ability in the present? Positive form as usual. We have positive form, affirmative form. Subject plus can plus infinitive. Yes, we have the modal verb that express ability is can. Can. Positive, we have subject. Subject, it means I, you, we, they, he, she, it, or maybe name of person, name of animal, anything. It means subject plus can plus infinitive. So this form is in positive. Let's see the second point. What's this? Yes, we can see here that we have subject plus can. Yes, can express ability. We have another verb that also express ability, which is, here we have subject, the same form, plus am, is, are, plus able to plus infinitive. Yes, can equal am, is, are, it means to be in the present, plus able to plus infinitive. The second point in negative. We are going to see the same points with these two verbs, but in negative form. The form is subject plus cannot plus infinitive, or subject plus can't plus infinitive. Short form of cannot is can't. Subject plus cannot plus infinitive. Or we can say subject plus am, is, are, not, plus able to plus infinitive. They have the same meaning. Both verbs express ability in the present. The third point, for question. And of course, as we always see, we have two types of question. We have two kinds of question. We have yes and no question. Let's start with the first point. Yes and no question. The form is, if it is with can, we always start with the modal verb can. Can plus subject plus infinitive, the rest of the sentence, and of course we don't forget question mark. I repeat, we always start with yes and no question we always start with can. Can plus subject plus infinitive, the rest of the sentence, and question mark. Or we can say also with the second verb, are or is, am, plus subject plus able to plus infinitive, the rest of the sentence, and question mark. This is the first kind of question, yes and no. If we have can, we always start with can. If we have able to, we always start with to be in the present, am, is, are, plus subject, plus able to, infinitive, the rest of the sentence, and question mark. Let's see the second point, which is WH question. And of course, this is the form question word. What does it mean, the question word? All the question words, which are what, when, why, where, how, who. These are called question word, WH. Plus can, plus subject, plus infinitive, the rest of the sentence, and question mark. And of course, with the second verb, the same thing. We always start with the question word because it is WH question. Question word plus am, is, are, plus subject, plus able to, plus infinitive, the rest of the sentence, and question mark. After this brief explanation, let's see together some examples. We have she can swim across the lake. Here we used can. She can swim across the lake. Or we can say also she is able to swim across the lake. The same meaning. Both verbs express ability in positive form in present tense. So she can swim across the lake, or she is able to swim across the lake. Can swim equal is able to plus infinitive to swim. The second example here, negative form in present tense. She cannot swim across the lake. We have used the same examples. She cannot swim across the lake. Negative form of can, cannot or can't. She cannot swim across the lake. Or she is not able to swim across the lake. The same meaning, both verbs. Cannot swim equal is not able to plus infinitive or to swim. The third example with the yes and no question, interrogative form. We always start with can, as we have just explained. Can she swim across the lake? Question mark. Can she swim across the lake? Or we can say, is she able to swim across the lake? Both have the same meaning here. Can plus subject plus infinitive, or verb to be in the present, it means is, plus subject, plus able to, plus infinitive, the rest of the sentence, and question mark. This is yes and no question. The last one, WH question. We have used here where, the WH where. Where can she swim? Where can she swim? Where is she able to swim? Both sentences have the same meaning, but different in verbs. Where can plus subject plus infinitive question mark. Where to be in present plus subject, able to plus infinitive, and question mark. After these examples, we are going to see the second point, which is ability in the past. Let's see together the form in positive, negative, and question. Positive. Subjects plus could. Can, the past simple of can is could. Plus infinitive. You see here, subject plus could plus infinitive. Here, for you, my students, could. we don't pronounce L. L here is silent. We say could directly, could. Or we can say subject plus was, were plus able to plus infinitive. You can see here that in the second verb, able to, we use verb to be but in past tense. To be in present is am, are, but in past simple was and were, because we are going to express ability in the past. So the form will be subject was, were plus able to plus infinitive. Negative form, subject plus could not, could not. This is the past of cannot, could not plus infinitive. The short form of could not is couldn't. Subject plus could not plus infinitive. The same thing, the other example or the second form, subject plus was, were plus not plus able to plus infinitive. We can see here that these two forms in negative form in past tense express ability, have the same meaning. Only here we have used could not, and here was, were not able to, ability, able to. The third point, it is for question. We have the same thing, yes and no question and WH question. Yes and no question. Let's see together the form. As we have started in present simple with can, here the same thing. We start with could. Could plus subject plus infinitive. Of course, if you remember, the form of present ability is can, subject, infinitive. But here we have past ability. Past ability, we use could. We always start with could. Could plus subject plus infinitive, the rest of the sentence and question mark. The second form, with able to, we always start with to be in past, either was or were. We use was with he and she. If you remember my students, was with he and she. Were with you and they. Of course, we say he was, she was, or I was. Were, you were, we were, they were. We use in yes and no question, we always start with was or were plus subject plus able to plus infinitive. Of course, both sentences have the same meaning, express ability in the past. Let's see the second kind with the WH question. We have WH question. And of course, with WH question word, which are what, when, why, who, where. We have seen this before. All the question words plus could plus subject plus infinitive, the rest of the sentence and question mark. The second form, question word plus was or were, with the same form, was or were, plus subject, plus able to, plus infinitive, the rest of the sentence and question mark. They have the same meaning, but different only in verbs. After these examples, or after this, explanation, we are going to see some examples concerning past ability. So, this is the example. Positive form. She could swim across the lake. We have used the same example in present ability. She could swim across the lake. Or she was able to swim across the lake. You can see here that present ability here we have used can, but in past could plus infinitive. And here we have used before is able to, but here in past ability we use was with she. She was able to swim across the lake. The second type, it is negative. She could not swim across the lake. She could not swim across the lake. Or she was not able to swim across the lake. We have the same meaning, but only in negative form. Past ability, negative. She could not swim or she was not able to swim. Question. The third example concerning question. We have yes and no question or WH question in past ability. Could she swim across the lake? We are applying according to the form. We are applying according to the form of past ability. Here we are in yes and no question. Could she swim across the lake? Or was she able to swim across the lake? Was she able to swim across the lake? Here, where could she swim? Concerning WH question, where could she swim? Or where was she able to swim? We have used the WH question where. Either where could she swim or where was she able to swim. After that, we are going to see the last point concerning ability. Here, ability in the future or future ability. Ability in the future. Let's see together the form. We have positive. We say subject plus will be able to plus infinitive. That's all. There is no other verb that express ability. It means the future of can is will be able to plus infinitive with all personal pronouns, with all subjects. We put will be able to plus infinitive. This is in positive. We have negative, subject plus will not be able to plus infinitive or short form won't. Subject plus will not plus be able to plus infinitive or will not be able to plus infinitive. B or C question, the same thing, yes and no question. The form is, we always start with will plus subject plus be able to plus infinitive, the rest of the sentence and question mark. We always start with will be able to. Then WH question, of course we have all the question word, what, when, where, why, who, why, how, all the question word plus will plus subject, you, he, she, it, plus be able to plus infinitive, the rest of the sentence and question mark. We will see together some examples concerning future ability. Examples. Positive. She will be able to swim across the lake. We use the same exercise. She will be able to swim. Will be able plus infinitive. She will be able to swim across the lake. The second example is negative. She will not be able to swim across the lake. Or she won't be able to swim across the lake. The same thing. 3. Yes and no question here. Will she be able to swim across the lake? Will she be able to swim across the lake? We have the last example with WH question. Where will she be able to swim? Where will she be able to swim? After this brief explanation concerning, of course, modal verbs, hope my students you have understood the lesson. Don't forget, of course, to subscribe and visit our Facebook page. See you next time with a new point and a new lesson. So goodbye, my students.